Hello again YouTube, this is Pule230688 aka BW Angelos and I'm here to bring you my first ever tactics video for Empire Total War. Now usually tactics videos are fought against the AI in single player, but I thought I'd show you a tactics video against two human players. This is a 2v2 naval battle, one ship each. We all have heavy first rates like my other naval battle. I am again playing with BW Raldsen, who is playing as the Italian states. I play as Great Britain, and my two opponents are France and Spain. Now, the first thing you want to do in these sort of battles is stick together, like me and Raldsen are doing here. That way you can focus both of your cannons on one ship, like we're doing here. Now, for some reason, the Spaniard and the Frenchman decided to deploy on opposite sides of the map. So yeah, they're not well. The Spaniard's taking a beating, and the Frenchman's taking forever to come to his aid. So anyway, here we are. We're both focusing our fire on the Spaniard, trying to weaken his hull as much as possible before the Frenchman arrives. The Frenchman has arrived now, and so we're now going to attack him with our other side's cannons, because now they're on opposite sides of our ships. We can do 2v1 on one side and 2v1 on the other side. So this is virtually the ideal situation for showing off how to play these sort of battles. Anyway, there we go. As soon as I fire my left side broadsides, I realign my ship to fire a right side broadside at the Frenchman, then turn, fire, and get preparing myself to fire a left side broadside at the Spaniard, and Raldsen's doing the same thing. So that basically means I've got 2 times as much firepower being directed on both the enemy ships at once, and luckily for us, neither of our opponents can aim very well either. So they're not hitting us tremendously badly, and we're pummeling their ships to pieces at the moment. Right, so at the moment the Frenchman is our closest target, and the Spaniard is, well, you can see the Spaniard shot there. It's just fallen behind me. So yeah, that's what's really helping us here. Okay, and another thing you want to do is, I've mentioned this in my other video, but this time it's a proper tactics video, so I might as well tell you about it. You want to if the ship is moving, the opposing ship is moving, you want to aim your broadside ahead of the enemy ship. So basically the ship then travels into the fire arc. Also, you obviously not too much, otherwise you'll miss, and just a slight amount. Another thing, you want to really fire your broadsides at maximum range when possible, because then you hit underneath the waterline. So when you hit under the waterline, the ship takes on water, obviously, much quicker, and sinks that much faster. Now a lot of players don't do this and close the gap, so they think they're in range, but really, your maximum range is a lot longer than what the computer actually says. See, the red line here is the broadside meter, and at the edge of the red line is the supposed maximum range with which you can fire. Now that French ship, you can see, is well away from my maximum range, but I still fired anyway because I know 1 or 2 of my cannonballs will hit the target. So there we go. I've done the same thing against the Spaniard, and back on the Frenchman again. So Raldsen's gone slightly ahead of me, so we can't do 2v1 on the Spaniard anymore because he's turned round. But the Frenchman is still in range of both of our ships, so we're both going to be firing at him, and he doesn't seem to realise that his ship has virtually got no hull left on that side, and he hasn't turned round to get his strong side to face us like the Spaniard has done. See, the Spaniard's hull was orange on his other side, and so he's turned and has his green hull with green. On the damage meter it shows it's green, and that means it's basically taken no damage, so he's turned that side to face us. Anyway, after taking repeated beatings, the French ship, like I was saying earlier, is hardly any hull left, and a few more cannonballs into that side has virtually torn it off altogether. So, yeah, that's basically the end of the Frenchman, and here we go. We can all watch the animations now of them all flopping around the deck. Yeah, that's supposed to be them dying. Yeah, I don't know what they died of. Fright, I suppose. Not really too sure. The others have all jumped into the water and are going to be squashed by the ship falling on them. Anyway, a bit later on, because I want to edit out some of this, we've caught up with the Spaniard, and we're basically just doing the same tactic to the Spaniard that we did to the Frenchman. Now Raldsen's ahead of me slightly, so I can't focus my fire on him properly. But basically, this is like the ideal tactics you want to employ when having one ship against another ship, and it's always good if you can get an ally that's a good player and knows the tactics as well, like Raldsen does. So yeah, it doesn't work. You'll have to employ different tactics if the enemy has two ships and they're both on the same side, like they're both grouped together, like we are. So if both of the enemy ships were grouped together, we'd have to have employed different tactics against them. Because if we just stood in a line and they stood in a line, that's what they would have done, but we probably would have taken tremendously heavy amounts of damage anyway. Anyway, so the Frenchman sunk, and the Spaniard is now routing now because he's taken too much of a beating. So that's it. That's the end of my first tactics video. I want to be uploading a few others, probably for land battles and the campaign. But I want to upload another 2v2 land battle first because I got a really good one I want to show everyone. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time.